Hello folks. So my mate Stu, who is an absolute dude, several weeks ago said to me, I love your videos, what DLC haven't you got? And I said, well, there's a couple of R-Factor bits that I don't have. He went, right, keep making your videos, here's 20 quid, go and spend it on whatever DLC you want. And I was like, what a dude, what a lovely bloke. So I was going to get the new car pack with the LMP1 and the Corvette for R-Factor 2 and possibly Circuit d'Azur, Monaco. I've wanted Circuit d'Azur for ages since it came out, but when Studio 397 released it, they forgot to make sure that their own cars could go round the track without clattering into the walls, and then they just sort of left it. So it's still like that, so I'm still not buying it, because I want to race the cars around there. But half of them don't work, although Mr. Top Secret has sorted a bit of that out, so I still might get it and use his AIW files. So I was going to get the car pack, but then Kunos announced that they were bringing out the British GT pack for Assetto Corsa Composizione. And I thought, well, brilliant, I'm getting that, aren't I? We've got 3 new laser scan tracks. We've got Donington, Alton Park and Snetterton, which is mine and Stuart's closest home track here in the county of Norfolk. Just up the road on the way to Norwich off the A11. And I've been there for some racing, and it was absolutely fantastic. I didn't go there and race myself, we went and watched. Brilliant. So, I said to him, right, what car do you like? You used to like Ferraris, didn't you? Because when we were growing up, you liked Ferraris. He went, no, I'm all about Porsche now. So I thought, okay, I'll take the Porsche out. What kind of a race would you like to see? And he said, well, you know, you're always doing these races where the AI are at your level or slightly better than you, so you're always near the end of the pack. Can you do one where they're not as good as you, so you can start at the back and weave your way through? And I thought, that's an idea. But then again, I do like some competition. Now, with the British GT pack, what that's enabled in, because also the game's had a general update as well, and it's enabled multi-class racing using the British GT pack, so I can have GT4s and GT3s on track at the same time. So I thought, right, I can still have my competition. What I'm going to do is take all the cars to Snetterton, but I'm going to have GT3s on track. I'll be in the GT3, i.e. the Porsche here, and we'll have GT4s on track. And I can have a long race, and I'll still have my competition from the GT3s, but hopefully at some point, all of us GT3s are going to come around and lap the slower GT4s. Brilliant. So we can weave our way through there. And just today, whilst I've been setting this up, Kunos have released another update where they've actually updated the car's overtaking abilities, specifically at Snetterton. How great is that? So here's my car. So this is the Porsche GT3R, the 991 or 911, whichever you want to call it. And we're taking it to Snetterton. We got a 30-lap race. No, we're on practice there for some reason. 30-lap race, 3 in the afternoon. And 30 minutes long. I've got the AI skill level at 90, because that's about as much as I can cope with this car. And aggressiveness is quite high at 70. Now, Kunos have put in their notes that they've updated the aggression overall. And it might be good to take that down a bit, you know, to get the same results. So I'm gonna bring that down, let's say to 62, just in case they're too aggressive. Right, so let's go there. Now, Stuart, as I was saying, I was thinking you're a dude because he's giving me 20 quid for this DLC. But actually, Stu, you're not. I've figured out your plan. Stu wants to kill me because this car I've never bothered with much, and it's basically the hardest car to drive in Assetto Corsa. It has lift-off oversteer, which is designed to kill you. Literally, all you've got to do at this track in this car to get it to kill you is take Coram Corner here. Just go round that at a speed which the car's totally happy to cope with, is gripping just fine, you know, but a reasonably fast speed, and then lift off the accelerator. You just lift off the accelerator and it's like pulling the handbrake on. Car just goes round. The lift-off oversteer in this car is absolutely brutal. And Stuart's probably been wondering, where's this video? It's been several weeks. I've been really struggling to get to grips with this car. And it's led me down an interesting path because I've thought, what's going on here? I've tried out the car now in R-Factor 2. So same car in R-Factor 2. I've tried it in Assetto Corsa, the original Assetto Corsa. And I've tried it in Automobilista 2. And here we are in Assetto Corsa Competizione. And do you know what I've discovered? Here's the weird thing. The two cars in the two games that act the most similar are R-Factor's Porsche, this model, and Assetto Corsa Competizione. They both have killer lift-off oversteer, although in R-Factor it's slightly easier to catch, and it's actually worse under braking, but you can sort that out with brake pressure and also brake bias. The two cars that act the most similar on the other side of things that are much easier to drive is in Assetto Corsa and Automobilista. They're much more similar to each other, but this is... Assetto Corsa and Assetto Corsa Competizione are made by the same company, Kunos. And the cars handle completely differently. Go figure, right? Anyway, you probably just want me to get on with the race. So I've spent ages with this car. I've got Stockholm Syndrome with this car. Because it's so nasty to me. It's tried to kill me so many times. I've actually ended up spending more time with this car than any else. Going, why are you so nasty to me? I'm going to try and fix you. So, and, you know... gradually sort of falling in love with it a bit, but not that much. I love Porsches, they look great, but this one, I mean, I don't get these problems in the Cup car. I don't know why. This car's got a wider back end as well. How is it? I don't know. So what I've done is I've given it a mad setup. It's a completely mad setup, just to try and be able to get round this track. Because I still think this car's going to... I might not finish this race. I still think this car's going to try and kill me. So, here's my setup. It's actually called fucking ridiculous. Because it is ridiculous. Look at this, what I've had to do. So, current setup. I've basically taken the rebound off the dampers completely off to try and cure that lift-off oversteer. It's nothing there. And I've stuck the back wing up at absolute full. And you're probably looking at this and thinking, hang on a minute. When you get to the Bentley Slate, that's just going to slow you down with so much drag. I know, but just to get round Coram Corner without the back end going, that's what I've had to do. You know, I haven't got the time to get used to this ridiculous car. And of course, it's weird with fuel as well, because the fuel tank's at the front in this car. So the emptier that gets, it changes the handling on the front end. It's just, it's a scary car. So I put the back wing up massively and took off that rebound because I am that scared of the back end of this car. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's see if I can do this. All the way through this, I was going to do this in VR, but I can't because my Pimax VR headset, I don't have base stations for it because it's got its own accelerometer and gyroscope in there. And that's fine, but usually fine, but it means I can't have anything that's got a magnetic field anywhere near it, else it makes the tracking go out. My mate Pete, who's also a dude from Cambridge, has given me his homemade seat cushion, which has got 4 motors in it, powered by an Arduino board that he's wired up himself, and all controlled by SimHub. And I mean to do a whole video on that. So I've got loads of feedback coming from my chair, but I can't use it with VR because it interferes with that and puts it right out. So I can't use VR until I buy some base stations. So the VR tracking is governed by infrared rather than anything to do with magnets. And obviously having 4 magnets in my chair is putting it off. Anyway, shut up Tarmac Terrace to start driving. So what have we got? We've got a field of... I think we've got something like 26 cars on track. You'll see in front of me, I have got all of the GT3s. And behind me, there's a bunch of GT4s. So hopefully, some way through the race, we're going to lap them. And I'm just going to try and survive. So, without further ado, here we go. Round awesome. Brand new Snetterton. Oh, and my headphones are really loud. Right. I've got my radar on up here so I can see the cars around me. I've got both my mirrors on, my real and my virtual. And you can see the GT3s in front of me. The faster cars behind me there are the GT4 pack. So, I might be doing most of my talking on the straights because with this car I've really got to concentrate on the corners. So, coming up to the centre straight, which is where the race is going to get going. I am quite nervous about this, I've got to tell you. We're going to take all my concentration. Keep this car on the track, and we are green. Here we go. Immediately, the GT3 pack is leaving the GT4s behind there. We've got more power, more aero than the GT4s. And, oh, braking hard! Cool, I can feel the ABS kicking in there through the seat motors. We're going to get one on the brake pedal as well. One of the GT4s keeping up with us rather well there behind us. And we're coming up on the Lamborghini. I'm making a place. Oh, can I keep it? Getting into 11. Now I haven't raced this since early this morning, and that was before I got the update from Kunos. So it's going to be interesting to see what they've done with the AI aggression levels and their overtaking specifically at this track. Can we make another place around this BMW? Yeah, we can, because I'm using all of the curb round doggies there. Now we come on the Bentley straight. Now, that rear wing is going to keep me slow on this straight. Look at that BMW pulling away there. And also the BMW behind me. I've got so much drag from that rear wing, but I need it. But it's helped me out round the corner. So, through the bomb hole. And here we go to around corner now. It's still a bit lift off oversteery, but with that rear wing so high, it's keeping the back end down quite nicely round that corner, and I can make quite a lot of time around there. So that's the first lap over and done with, and we're still alive. Up into 10th place. Let's get rid of the HUD there for the moment. Come around Rich's. When I went there for the racing day, I was watching the touring cars, and they're all getting close to 100 miles an hour around that corner, as the drivers told me when I met them in the pits later. Right, coming up on the BMW, getting a better exit out of the corner, but his speed there, straight line speed is just, he was getting away from me, but back into the corner and I'm overtaking again. Through Hamilton. Down the inside, Oggies. Oh, a bit late on the brake there. This track is beautiful. Right, how are we going to do against the Aston Martin now? Those BMs on the straight are so quick. I'm keeping with the Aston Martin a little bit better though. How long will it be before we lap those GT4s though? Go around corner, so I've got to be careful. Gradually lifting off there, but I'm making time on the Aston in front. Try and stay in a slipstream on the centre straight. Oh, and there is that lift off oversteer. I lifted off quite abruptly there, and Porsche's already trying to kill me. Very wide there. And we've got the Bentley coming back at us. He's not going to go around the outside, surely. No. Made it to it, Palmer. How late can I leave the brakes for Agostini corner here? Late enough to get right up on the back bumper of the Aston. I'll keep it there around Hamilton. Oh! Had to use a bit more braking than I thought I was going to have to there. Back end getting a bit loose there. And now it's down the Bentley straight. Braking hard for Brundle and Nelson. Try and stay hard to the outside, bring it in. Get a nice, carry some nice speed through there. This car deals with the bomb hole pretty well. Right, now with those adjustments I've made, I'm getting through Coram. I'm much faster than the Aston there through Coram. But maybe putting all the emphasis on getting the car set up to deal with Coram corner well wasn't such a great idea, because it's not the greatest corner, it's not the greatest place to overtake. Right.
Car on the left.
Yes!
Clear on the left.
Two on the inside at Montreal. Oh! Little bit of oversteer on the braking there. All of these tracks feel absolutely amazing. I mean, Alton Park, the new Alton Park, really shows off the suspension working on these cars, because it's so bumpy there. And I've heard a lot of people saying, from maybe the Italian community and different regions, now that they've got some more British tracks, a lot of people have been saying these British tracks, they've done so well, but they're so thin. And I mean, if you compare Snetterton to somewhere like Nuremberg, Nuremberg's practically a motorway. You could fit about 8 or 10 cars side by side on the main straight there. You know, you can only fit about 3 side by side here at Snetterton, but I kind of like that. Braking hard from Murray. Good exit out of Murray's there. How well can we keep with the Mercedes here? Pretty well. We're right in a slipstream.
Well done, mate. The fastest steps.
I can't see the apex for Richards because we're right up his back bumper, but we are.
Car on the left.
This setup has definitely paid off for me feeling secure, I suppose, and confident around corners.
Clear on the left.
I can see why, you know, with the default setup that this car comes with, I can see why it would be, if you learned how to use that, as the professional drivers do, really useful to have that kind of lift-off oversteer around the corners. You learned how to use it. But in a race situation, if you're cornering and suddenly someone brakes and you've got to lift off or dab the brakes, for me it's just scary. And plus I'm not that good a driver. But making up places just through the GT3s here quite well. So quite chuffed with that. I should think Stu is as well. And I am feeling that curb on the outside there through the seat with Pete's ingenious motor system in my next level frame here. And the back end there just getting a little bit loose around Coram Corner. Got to be careful. Up behind the Lamborghini now. I sat just on that corner, just on that hill, on that corner, when I came and saw the touring cars. Right, there he has that back end going. I sat on that hill, on that corner, with a little sketch pad, and I was drawing the cars as they came past. I focused on one of the Astra, Vauxhall Astra touring cars, and each time it came past, I'd draw another little bit of it. It was an amazing day. Paid about 20 quid or 25 quid for the entire day. Stayed there all day, saw the touring cars, the Porsche Cup, the youngsters in the little Renault Clios, some of the Formula cars, and at the end we saw the classic and historic touring car race. That was amazing. And you think those boys with those old cars would take care of them more than the guys in the modern cars, you know, like the Renaults, where there's quite a lot of them in production at the moment. You know, they're not out of production, so you break it, easily get new bits. They were the most mental of all of them. And we're right up behind the Lamborghini. Can we outbrake him? Up Brundle? No, but we're keeping with him. Nicely through Nelson. Really relying on that camber at the bomb hole. Will I go for an overtake around Coram? No, I'm not going to go for an overtake. Oh, that was scary. I got too close to the edge of the track there. The handling characteristics of this car compared to original AC are so different. Like I said, the AC and the Automobilista Porsche are quite similar, whereas the R Factor 2 Porsche acts more like the Porsche in this game. It's so weird. Any thoughts that you have on this, please put them in the comments. It almost feels like, you know, Assetto Corsa Composizione and Assetto Corsa have a completely different physics system, and of course they do in terms of tyres. And oh! Out of Palmer there, we're making a move on the Lamborghini, but he's staying there. Can I outbrake him? Oh, hard on the brakes. ABS really kicking in there, and we've got through. Now up behind this red Bentley. Such a huge car, that.
Car on the left.
Oh! Even with the ABS on, I was locking slightly there. What I did when I was testing this car for the setup was, what I do like to do in both this and R Factor 2, which you've got a lot of GT3 cars, and in Automobilista 2 as well, is I like to test these cars out with all of the traction control and the ABS all switched off. And I tell you what, you really know about it when you lock the wheels in this sim. That's one characteristic I do find that is carried over similarly from Assetto Corsa. In Assetto Corsa, you're braking and you're gripping, and then you start to slide, you hear the tyres, and then you know you're about to skid. Same in this, whereas it's a bit more gradual in a little bit more gradual in R Factor 2 on the edge, and very much more so in Automobilista 2. In fact, you'll hear the tyres long before they'll actually lock up in Automobilista 2. Each sim having its own different way of doing things, and I find that the correlation between sound and what's actually happening physically in the game under braking in all sims is very important. And of course, this sim, I have to say, out of all the sims I've mentioned here, does have excellent sound. It really does. Like GTR 2. GTR 2 had fantastic sound. This has fantastic sound. We're now making it on a McLaren here, and even with my back wing up, I'm actually, with all that drag off the back wing, I'm keeping with this McLaren pretty well. But I think with all the practice I've done, the AI now at 90% skill level, I think I've actually got a bit better for once. Because I've been practicing so much that even though anyone looked at my lap time who's an alien, you think you're good. It's also slow. Oh, you can't see my lap times because I haven't got my HUD up. Oh, but they're on my dash. I was going to say, I'm not going to put my hat up. I don't want to see them, and they're embarrassing. But we're doing okay. Oh! I just used a little bit of the lift-off oversteer on the exit of Rich's corner there. I actually lifted off to let the back end come round because I was going a bit wide. I'm getting used to it. Maybe, you know, one day I'll get to the point where I can go back to the default setup and really appreciate it. So oh, not getting through at Ollie's, not taking the same line I have been taking there. Getting out of Williams quite nicely though. In the McLaren slipstream, I'm going for the overtake. But no, he's just pulling away.
Clear on the left.
That'll be, as we get up to high speeds, that'll be my back wing dragging me back. And he's really got away from me there. The other reason I've set the car up this way is because it's just how I enjoy driving. I guess I'm a pretty rough driver because I'm not all that precise. And this sim definitely is one that wants you to drive precisely. I like to be able to chuck them about a bit, have a bit of fun. So, that's kind of why I've done this setup. But even so, even though I drive like that, I'm still trying to be timid to get through this race because I don't know when the Porsche is going to properly try and kill me. Oh no! Totally outbraking myself there. Oh! I think I just got a slight touch maybe from the Bentley that I hadn't noticed was on the inside there. He's really having a go. So obviously I've reached my limit within the pack. You know, I've got enough drivers ahead that
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I'm probably not going to overtake anymore because I'm now starting to get...
Car on the left.
I'm not shifting this Bentley. Where is he? I can't see him.
Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh. No, no, no.
Car on the right.
I'm on the netting.
Clear on the right.
There he is. He's on the inside. He's
Car
going...
on the right.
He's really having a go. Back end. Go in there a little bit. Got the Lambo coming up as well. They're having a battle with each other. Look at that Lambo go.
Car on the left.
He's going for the inside. Here at Brundle.
Clear on the left.
He's still there. Oh. He's still there.
On the left. Clear.
Whoa. How was that? Oversteer I was talking about. I've got to be careful. Don't lose it now. Try and stay where the grip is. Hard on the brakes for Murray. Right. How are we doing? 4th place. How am I in 4th place? Getting some real pressure now from the Lambo behind. Get rid of that HUD. I just want to concentrate on what's around me now. Use all the curbing I can there at Palmer. We're pulling away a little bit. Hard for Agostini. Using all that outside curb a little bit too much. Bouncing the car around. He's catching up. He's lost a bit of time on us to Hamilton. Right. Get this balance just right. Okay, that was quite a nice exit onto the Bentley straight, and I need as much speed down here as possible because that's where they're going to catch up. Of course, we all bunch up when we get down to Brundle and Nelson there. Coming off that straight onto those two corners is like, you know, coming off a motorway and turning into a Tesco's car park. You're slowing down so much. Those tight corners. Murray's, again, also one of the tightest corners on the track.
Gaining on the car heading to 3.
You hit that curb on the inside there, there's a raise to it just at the exit. If you hit that, it can really upset things. Quite a bump there. I feel so much detail in this track. And we're coming up on the GT4s! This is it! There's the first GT4, that's a KTM. Flying past him like he's standing still. We've got one of the Aston Martin GT4s. And there is the McLaren GT3 there. He's overtaken the GT4s as well. Oh, having a little bit of trouble. And Hamilton, as I just did. Look at that! My first ever multi-class race in Assetto Corsa Competizione. And so far this is looking good. This is a problem that R Factor 2 still has. If you have a multi-class race with the AI, and the AI lap the slower cars, they then get stuck behind some of the slower cars. They've still got a bit of weird blue flag behaviour, but in this, let's see how the McLaren deals with the next GT4 in front of him, which is nasty. He's going down the inside, but the GT4 closed the door. He's going for the inside at Coram. We're going to follow because he's going through. Oh!
Clear on the left.
We both got through, but all of this is slowing down. Oh, very close to the back end of the McLaren. I am racing with penalties on, so this race will affect my safety rating. But of course, in a set of Competizione, you have your safety rating, which is very important to try and keep up if you want to get into servers online. So, we've got the McLaren GT3 making a move on the McLaren GT4 there. He's going down the inside. Oh, trying to follow him, but... Come on. We've got the legs. Look at that. I'm going to try and keep with this McLaren and try and use the fact that he's been slowed down by these GT4s to try and make some time on him. Slight squidge of the tyres, screech of the brakes as we go through Agostini there. I'm not going to make it down the inside at Hamilton. I have to say this is brilliant. I'm loving this multi-class racing. So that's a GT4 BMW we're now coming up on. Right, we're certainly going to... Oh, back end going under power there. And us two GT3s go sailing past. I'm in the slipstream of the McLaren. I'm going to pull out. How late? There, I'll leave the brake. Yes!
Clear on the right.
I've actually overtaken at Brundle, but I think he's still there.
Clear on the right.
I've overtaken through Brundle and Nelson. Huh! I didn't think I'd be overtaking there at all. I'm really enjoying this. Overtaking at Coram.
Car on the right.
Yes, I'm overtaking at Coram. It is only a GT4 car that I'm overtaking, but I've just overtaken at Coram. And there's in my mirrors there, I can see the red McLaren has followed me through. Will he catch up with me? Oh, being here on this track brings back such good memories.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Plenty more GT4s to overtake. Through we go.
Clear on the right.
Mercedes GT4 and the McLaren there.
Car on the right. Clear on
Don't
the
think.
right.
Oh! This is a risky move. I've had to slow down quite a bit.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
And we're through. Oh! Nearly outbraked myself there. Right, can I get a nice exit on the Bentley Slate? Straight, we were sliding a bit there. Oh, that was amazing. Multi-class racing is like navigating through a moving obstacle course. It's brilliant. I haven't done a multi-class race in quite a while, so thank you for this suggestion, Stuart, even though I know secretly you're trying to kill me. Stuart's got AC, he hasn't got a Assetto Corsa Competizione yet, so somehow he secretly knew that this Porsche was a handful. How are we doing? Oh, forgot a gear there. We're in third place with 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes to go. Coming through Karama, Richards Corner, just over 100 miles an hour. Just a little bit faster than what the touring car drivers told me. It was actually Plato who told me that. I was speaking to him after the race. Here we go, let's get rid of that HUD. Oh God! Damn, I didn't mean to do that. There's one thing I don't like about this game. I wish you could cycle the HUD on and off, not just cycle through a track map that's right in front of you. That's totally put me off. There we go. Ah! That Lambo from early, he's caught back up. AI behaviour in ACC is really, really good. It's quite predictable. But it's good in terms of consistency. It's really, really good. But with these new, just today with this new update, it does seem to have changed somewhat. They've got a bit more character. So they're overtaking the GT4 car on the inside of the bomb hole. That could have been dangerous. Oh God, don't! I've taken a bit too much speed through there and lifted off, and I could just feel the back end getting loose. Whew. I'm going to end up loving this Porsche, aren't I? See you later there, Mr. Audi.
Down to the car in front in sector 3. Clear on the left.
Oh! Oh! Oh, that was a big moment. That was a big moment. How are we doing in terms of tyres and stuff? We're okay. Back brakes are still quite cold. I should have closed up the back ducts a bit, because I've got the brake bars set further forward than the default setup, so there's less pressure on those rear brakes, and that could have allowed me to warm them up a little bit by closing the back vents, and then also, of course, giving me a bit more of an aero advantage, but I forgot to do that, so that's for another race. That's one thing learned from this race. Oh, and we're getting flashing lights from the Lambo, telling us he's going to make a move on us. I didn't realise the AI did that. He actually flashed his lights at us, and he's gone through. I didn't let him through. He has gone through. Forceful moves by the AI there. The leader's finished. This is the last lap. Can I catch him around Coram? Braking hard into Murray. Can I get a better exit than him? Just hitting the sausage curb. Back end sliding a bit. There are the flumes and the fireworks to signify the end of the race. Ha!
Good job. You did the best you could.
Fourth place! My best result ever against the AI in Assetto Corsa Competizione. That was brilliant! Ha ha! Oh, I really enjoyed that. Thank you, Kunos, for these absolutely wonderful tracks. And all the physics updates that have come with them as well. You know, I had Assetto Corsa for quite a while on my hard drive. Wasn't really into it, and then you update the tire model and it's just got better and better. But the racing, I have great online. The online racing in this is great as well. I love the ranking system. And I would say I'm really loving this at the moment, but I'm afraid I have to say I'm really loving all of the sims at the moment. AC, R Factor 2, even though I'm not quite sure where that's headed at the moment. Automobilista 2. And at the moment, Assetto Corsa and Automobilista 2 are two of the most exciting because there's so much new stuff going on with them and the updates that are coming out seemingly every month at the moment. Those new updates that came out for this today, the little update with the AI has made an amazing difference. It's just so amazing for me to be racing in this simulation at the most accurate version so far that I've ever seen of this track. You know, I've only got to travel 40 odd mile up the road and I'm there, and here I am at home virtually there. This is just great. And I can't believe I actually managed to finish a race with this Porsche, because honestly I couldn't even keep it on the track when I first had a go with it. We are coming at the pits. I remember walking just up there through the paddock, looking at all of the classic cars. Oh, this is just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I hope you all enjoyed that. Stuart, I hope you enjoyed that, mate. You haven't succeeded. I'm still alive. Pete, your seat is fantastic. Gotta do a video on that. That was awesome. If you haven't got the Brit pack yet, get it. 3 laser scan tracks for $11.99. That's what? I don't know. A couple of pints down the pub and a bag of crisps. So worth it. And I'm going to be enjoying these for years. Nice one, Kunos. See you later, all.